Hello, everyone over there at CCC. I am Rainer or Mr. Shu, and I'm here to talk to you today for chapel about the fruits of the Spirit, specifically self-control. Alright, so you might have heard a couple of talks over the last little while about the fruits of the Spirit, things like joy, kindness, peace, patience, but self-control, in my opinion, is like the secret to everything. It's the thing that brings all of those other fruits of the Spirit together and connects them and helps you to be able to go out there and live a good life and really build up all of the people around you. So without self-control, you're just out there making decisions on the fly, acting on your impulses, reacting to people, and you could literally do anything, good, bad, otherwise, and without thinking of how it's going to be affecting all of the people around you. So I think the best way to picture self-control, or something that makes it easy to me, is to think about what the difference is between good guys and bad guys. Now I'm talking in movies, in your TV shows that you watch. You think about a real obvious one, I don't know if you all watch this, but Star Wars is a classic, where you have the light side of the Force and the dark side, and the struggle between. And the thing with the Jedi is they're always masters of their self-control. They struggle sometimes, but they always come back and make the right decision, regardless of how intense the moment is. Or think about in Marvel movies, all those superheroes, right? They're always torn between right and wrong, good and bad, and you have them choosing the option that might not be the best for them, but is the best for everybody. And in that moment, they're using their self-control to decide what is going to be the best for everyone. So something as well that I've been thinking about a lot lately is rock climbing. Because I lately have been in isolation. We haven't been able to go to gyms. We haven't been able to go outside and do all these other things. But one thing I've been able to do is go and climb up the sides of mountains with ropes, which has been terrifying and exciting. But I think it's a great lesson on the fruits of the Spirit. Now listen to this, when you're climbing, you have to learn a lot of things. You have to learn how to tie ropes, tie knots. You have to wear lots of protective gear like your harness and your helmet. And the other thing is, you're tied on one end of a rope and your friend is tied on the other. So you rely on each other 100% to keep each other alive when you're climbing up a mountain. Now the thing is, all of these different things like your knots and your harness and your actual climbing on the rock are all like the different fruits of the Spirit that we've already learned, like joy and like kindness and goodness and all of these things that come together to make up the fruits of the Spirit. But if you don't have the self-control to make sure in the heat of the moment, when everything is intense, that you do the right thing and make the right decision and choose kindness and choose joy, and then otherwise everything might fall apart, right? So come back to this climbing metaphor. Hope you're following me with this. I'll put some pictures on so you can see what I mean. But if you're up there and you're panicking and you're scared and all these outside things are coming in and distracting you, and you don't have the self-control to be able to choose to do the right thing in that moment, right? If I'm up there and I need to tie a knot that's going to save my life and I'm panicking and I don't have the control to calm myself down and choose to do it right, then I literally might fall off the mountain. Or even worse, I could be distracted and not thinking and be reacting in my fear and not be holding on to the rope that's keeping my friend alive. And that's just like when we're out in the playground or we're in class and we're going about our own things and maybe someone is irritating or we're angry and you feel all this emotion. It's in those moments that we need to exercise self-control to bring it back and make the right decision that will help us and everybody else. So I think hopefully that makes sense to you. and I hope you take it into your week and you think about it next time you're in one of those situations, is to take a moment, just take a breath and reflect on these fruits of the Spirit instead of just reacting. So in these moments, you need to take a moment and think about kindness and goodness and gentleness and joy and self-control, and think about how you can act in a way that reflects that. So let's just have a look again at Galatians. So I'll read the fruits of the Spirit one more time just to recap. Ready? But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That wraps everything together. So go out, have a great day, and pray that you have an excellent weekend and wonderful weeks ahead of you. Thanks, team.